Hi guys. All right, so today we're going to get into energy some more. So this one here, you're going to see on the screen. You should be able to see me here up at top, and then you should also be able to see the paper. And on it today, we're going to do energy. So we're going to do a little more into the energy and how energy works. So this portion is from the Intuitive Life section. So on your login there, you can go into the Intuitive Life, and then you would be clicking onto energy and vibration is where this information is right now. So as most of you guys know, I do deal with a lot with energy, and I believe a lot in how energy works. So I'm going to give you a little more of the scientific, and then we're going to do some fun stuff too. So this one here is what is energy and how can we use it intuitively? So energy is defined as forcefulness and vigor in action or words. So busy activity, or unified concept of all physical science that associates with any system a capacity for work either as a result of motion of mass in the system. So kinetic energy is usually what they're talking about. So, and potential, and also radiant. Now, you guys have lots and lots of books and lots of Google that you could do on this subject. But this actually information I actually grabbed from my son. So he went to school for physics engineering also. So a lot of this he kind of talks to me about too. Does he believe in everything that I do? Yeah, no, not always. He's a scientist, so he wants proof. But that's what I'm going to try to do today is give you guys some more proof. So basically there's 10 kinds of energy: magnetic, electrical, sound, gravitational, elastic, light, thermal, mechanical, chemical, and nuclear. Now this is how it's kind of divided. So this is how I've divided it too for you. So this was one of Colton's, actually to be honest, I think it was in high school when he showed me this stuff. And he has energy that's stored, so potential energy. So energy that isn't used yet, but can be used. So let's pretend with an elastic band. So you take your elastic band and you would stretch it. Now that's potential energy. So until you let go of that elastic and it goes flying, the energy then would move. But it can be stored, so it can be a potential energy. So we can make something move. Nuclear, magnetic, gravitational, and chemical. So all of these things can make something move, but they're also stored energy. Now, kinetic, energy in motion. So kinesiology, you guys might have heard of. So that is the body in motion. So we have in energy, though, for science, they have mechanical, thermal, electrical, and sound. So energy in motion. And then radiation is energy without particles, so light energy. Now, mostly in the intuitive stuff, in the energy work, really we're using light energy without particles. Mostly things, there is no way that you guys can normally have proof of the energy. Now, in one of those videos you guys seen me do with the little tool where I, touch both ends and then it lights up and sings. So we get into then where we have connective energy, and that's, like we now are a conductor and can actually do the energy just by ourselves, just as human power. So in here though, there is lots of things that you guys personally can't see, but you believe. So ultraviolet light or infrared light are actually undetectable to the human eye, but we know for fact that they work, and there's lots of items out there that now are in history that use this stuff. Dogs can hear sounds that we can't hear. Animals' sense of smell is also amazing compared to ours. And then, of course, at one point, humans could not even accept a telephone, let alone a cordless one. TV, computers, airplanes, travel to the moon. A lot of these things never existed, and in the wildest dreams of some of these people way back. Now, humans could also not accept that the earth was round at one point, and that both men and women had exactly the same number of ribs. So again, there are things that we believe that sometimes aren't true, but we thought that they were true, and then they're proven to be incorrect. Okay, here it gets into the quark. So this is where an atom used to be the smallest of the molecules, and now they have a quark, and chances are, for all I know, they have something even smaller. And if you go in and research about the quark, in Russia is where they had found the information. Okay, so we're going to keep moving. Now, frequency, vibration, and healing. So this again gets into electromagnetic. So some of the stuff gets very, very, I guess, scientific, but I'm going to try to keep it as simple as possible. So as you read through and get in there, I have the pictures here of the different molecules, but what I want you to imagine is if I took something metal, so let's just pretend. So this here is just a metal item, and so the molecules of metal, so if you look at anything metal around you, it's very, very hard, right? So metal is, the molecules are very, very close together and they barely move. And then when you get oxygen, the molecules are far apart and they move quite quickly. And if you think about our hands, same thing. The molecules that make up our cells have all a vibration. If you've ever looked under a microscope and you look at blood, or you look at, so if you take a little sample of your blood and they put it under, it actually has motion. It still has motion. So even though it's not in our body. So with it, what I'm trying to say is that everything has a vibrational energy. Now, light energy in that, as Colton explains, he says it is waves. So again, though, waves in an ocean, right? So it moves. So again, energy. Okay. Oh, Valerie Hunt. Dr. Valerie Hunt, if you guys get a chance, please go and study some of her stuff if you have any opportunity. I'm not 100% sure if she's still alive. She has some magnificent energy, though, on, or information on energy. And she's a scientist that was down in the States. Some of her stuff is absolutely brilliant. There is a video that I have of hers that if you ever want to come to the spa, and I'll show it to you. And it's a great video. It's probably about an hour. And some of her stuff is just fabulous of what she has found. Okay, so there's a couple little things that you guys can try. Now, thought energy. There's exercises in class that I have students do and try out. So the first one is where you're in a room and you're standing. And so if you have a chance, do it even as I'm talking. And so just stand up and kind of just notice your body and just kind of feel your, like you have a sense of yourself. So you're standing up, and what I want you to do is just walk normal, just wherever, a couple steps, come back, just walk normal. And then what I want you to do is take a breath. And I want you to imagine that you are as light as a feather. So you're imagining that you are now light as a feather. And now I want you to take a few steps. And then come back. Okay, take a breath, shake that off. Now this time I want you to imagine that you have roots coming down from your feet, going through the earth, all the way to the center of the earth. So these are now roots coming from your feet, and these cords that are going all the way down like a tree root, all the way down to the center of the earth. And now I want you to walk. And coming back. Now, over the years of teaching this in class and being able to see you guys, you're going to notice a difference. There's a difference between you. There's a difference of when you think you're a feather, and there's a difference when you think that you have cords going to the ground, into the ground in the center of the earth. Now, I didn't do anything other than give you a word. Okay, so roots, feather normal. Your subconscious mind created whatever that was that you now just walked. The other one that we do is we have it with a partner so that you have two people there. And what you do is you stand there, both of you facing each other, so two people facing each other. And one person decides that they're going to go first. So what they do is they lightly touch the other person's shoulder. Okay, so feel what normal is. And if you have a partner there right now, go ahead and try it. So first, you're both standing there, and then one person decides just to be the person having the push on the shoulder, and the other person is the one pushing. So you're lightly just going to push to know that what their normal is. Okay, so this time we'll switch it up a little. This time, now the person who is just being pushed is going to imagine that they have the tree roots that are going out into the center of the earth. So their feet are now as if they're imagining that they have cords going down to the center of the earth. All right, so now you're going to push their shoulder. Again, just slightly. Notice probably a difference. Okay, so the person who is the one being pushed, they're just going to shake that off, take a breath, and now they're going to imagine that they're light as a feather. Okay, now this time, very carefully, lightly push their shoulder and catch them if they go too far. Take a breath, everybody go back to normal. Now, they can try it on you too. When you have a partner, try it both ways. Again, all I did was give you an idea, a thought in your mind. So this here is thought energy. This is how we can change energy just by our thoughts. In a moment, I'm going to show you guys a little bit more, but it's Hidden Messages in Water by Masaru Emoto. And his information is fabulous. Some of the stuff that he has on showing how information is in water. We're going to get into that again. Again, he's showing too, if you guys have had yet a chance to watch What the Bleep Do You Know, he's talked about in that video. Very, very fascinating man. Okay, now breath, as we go down, breath is part of the secret of changing energy and how we can adjust energy and how we can move energy. Now, breath is fascinating. I'm not sure if I've already talked about this, but years ago, we went to a friend's house and we were going to bend spoons. And with it, what we had is we all brought our forks, our spoons, whatever, and she had a video that we were going to watch. And in this video, the guy is talking, and probably talked for about 15, 20 minutes. And he was talking about, relaxing ourselves and having the thought of bending the spoon. And he kept going and he kept talking. And of course, I remember holding the spoon in my hand, and, it wasn't bending. I'm not strong enough to just turn it. But with it, he just kept talking and talking. And all of a sudden, out of the blue, on the video, his audience started laughing. They just started laughing hysterically. And at that split second, all I can tell you is my spoon bent so fast and twirled, it wasn't funny. At the split second, that all of a sudden the noise of these people laughing. Now there was about, I can't remember if there was 6 or 8 of us watching this video, and all of us at that split second could bend the item that we had brought. So with it, sound energy, thought energy, I mean, the guy on the video, he didn't even say anything. He just was preparing us for it, and then out of the blue, all the laughter came. So it's interesting how something can change, and breath can change us. Breath can give us more energy. It is, of course, life force energy, and it's the basis of our life. We can't live without breathing. So with it, with a breath, I want you to now imagine that you're taking a breath. So you inhale exhale. Now, how did you hold your mouth? Did you guys actually close your mouth when you exhaled? Did you still close your mouth when you exhaled? Or did you actually breathe through your nose and only your nose? Or did you take a breath in and then just kind of let it go out? Okay. To move energy, to actually make something happen, you literally have to imagine, or go get a feather, and I want you to imagine that you have that feather and you take that breath and you blow as if you're blowing out the most candles that you've ever had on a cake. You blow. That energy has to come forward and it has to blow. Think about it. If you guys have ever watched, or maybe you've done it, and you've done karate or some kind of martial arts like judo or something, they use sound. They use energy to forcefully move that with it. So they don't just do it. They actually engage all the energy with it. And a lot of times sound comes with it. So in here, breath, you're going to be able to do a lot more with breathing, and probably a weightlifter will tell you the same thing. They have to take different breaths to be able to lift certain weight. So again, breath is one of the secrets. Now, when I go to do energy treatments or energy information, a lot of times I take a breath because I have to refocus, and that breath helps me to refocus. So it helps me to allow the new energy through, allow me to talk more, allow me to do something more. So breath is very, very powerful. Okay, so in here gets into some natural breathing stuff that you guys can get into. If you want to change your vibratory frequency, so if you literally want to change your energy, you're going to have to do it by breathing. Taking 3 deep breaths and blow out, and you're going to notice a difference. You're going to notice different sounds, different colors, temperatures. You'd be amazed what you can notice with this frequency. Go ahead and try it. Take 3 deep breaths. Breathing in and breathing out. Blow. Breathing in and breathing out. Blow. Another one. Breathing in and breathing out. Now, chances are you can hear things that you didn't hear just a few moments ago. Your temperature might have just shifted. The color around you might have just got more vibrant. You're going to notice a lot more things. Energy. A lot of you guys have walked into a room that maybe somebody just had a heated argument. You can actually still feel that energy. Okay. Healing. You have ability of a mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual healing. Every one of these have different vibratory rate, and you can do this type of healing, but you're going to have to breathe. You're going to have to believe that you can. You might need to use words, but you can also balance. You can balance most people by just using energy healing. Reiki, therapeutic touch. There's many, many names for it. Prayer. Prayer is just a type of energy healing. Okay, now I'm going to have this part here. I'm going to stop the sharing so that you can't see the words anymore, and then you should just see me. There we go. Now, I'm going to do something very different today. So, hold on, we're going to take the camera because I need the camera. And what you're going to see is I have different things on my desk. And so with it, we have different stones. So stones are in jewelry, and Pam made me this beautiful necklace, amethyst and silver. It's absolutely gorgeous. So with it, now even notes, love notes. Now Suzanne Bandick makes these beautiful, beautiful love notes. And on them, let's just see if we can get a little bit focused here. Maybe, maybe not. Well, she has beautiful words that are going to be coming, and she'll be selling for $2.99, I think is the price, and she will be selling a year's worth of love notes to help you move energy. Absolutely gorgeous. Aromatherapy can move energy, and rocks can move energy. Healing, just the knowledge of healing. So Louise Hay's book, now this was an older version, but in Louise Hay's book of Heal Your Body, what you have here is you have conditions, and then you have what the emotion is that for that part, and then she also has affirmations that you can use. Now, with this, it took me about 2 years to believe that her book worked. So I used to have with my clients, and then I would test it. I would see if any of this made sense to my clients, and it was amazing how much it did. So energy can also be in words, like in the power of knowledge and words. And then again, now what I'm going to do though, we are going to try something different. So a lot of people wear gemstones and crystals as jewelry. Metal, again too, the power of words. It's just a little bit of an affirmation, but it's amazing what something so simple can do for a person. All right, so I'm going to move some of this stuff out of the way because we are going to try a little. I have my scale, so give me a second. All right, so I have a scale. Now, when I have a class, and I have a class going, let's just make sure this thing is working. Oh, you guys can't see it, darn it. Okay, how are we going to do this so that you can see it? Oh, there we go. Okay, that's better. Okay, so what's going to happen is I'm going to place the stone on there. So you can see that this is, oh, we want to turn it to, I want it, yeah, there we go, grams. I want grams. So we can see that that stone is 44 grams. Okay. Now, in energy healing, so what we're going to do, just let me hold it here. Now, I am just going to hold this, okay? And I'm going to hold this for a few moments, so I want you guys to witness. Now, in our class, when I teach it in class, what happens is we use quite a few different stones, and we're going to test a few. But we put it on the person for about 10 minutes, and we do a Reiki session. So now what's going to happen is I am just holding it, so I'm trying to have you guys witness and see what happens here. And I wrote down that it was 44 grams. Now this is just a polished stone that I have in my hand. And this one is tiger's eye, actually, is what I'm holding. I'm just trying to see how much time it's going to take. Now, the theory with stones is, again, everything has a vibration. So all stones have a vibration. And if you have studied stones, they can be very healing. There is many books on it and lots of scientific backing it up. Now, a stone, especially a polished stone like these ones, like this one here is just a polished rock, right? So it's been polished and it's all smooth and everything. And so it's just a stone. Now, tiger's eye is believed to calm a person. It helps to relax a person. But we're going to see in a sec if it does anything here. Okay, so we'll try that. Now, so it's still at 43, still at 44. Okay, I'm just going to keep holding it. I don't know if I have to wait a whole 10 minutes. I've never done it shorter than that, so we'll see. Okay, gonna try it again. Okay, still at 43, 44. Now, this time, I'm just going to imagine that I have Reiki energy, that Reiki energy is coming to me. Because when we do it, maybe it's Reiki energy that shifts it, I'm not sure. But as we do it, I'm just going to now send myself some Reiki energy. Okay, I'm going to try it again. 43, 44. Okay, so now that was tiger's eye. Now, most people, that would be what you would expect it to do. All right, so I have some other stones going on here. So let's try, that one there is blue lace agate. Okay, so let's write that down. Blue lace agate. So that one is 10, 11. Okay. And I have, what do I got there? An amethyst. And that one is 5. Okay. I have a turquoise. And that one is 7, 8. Okay. I have a citrine. Oh, that's a pretty citrine, actually. It has a little crystal or something inside of it. All right, that one is a 5, 6. Sorry, that one just is a really pretty stone. All right, and then what I have is just a basalt stone. So this one here is just a basalt stone. And basalt is lava. It's just a lava stone. Okay, so it says it is 73, 74 when it stopped moving. Okay. All right, so I have these stones. And now what we're going to do is, again, I'm just going to hold them. I'm going to hold all of them. And we're just going to just see if anything else happens. While it's happening, I'll talk about Suzanne's love note. Actually, maybe I'll read it while we're waiting. So the love note that she has here is, welcome to another glorious day. Look for the beauty, and you will always find it. Life is an amazing, adventurous journey. Enjoy it to the max. Choose a delight to experience today and savor it. Enjoy today's moments and appreciate what you love about them. And tomorrow you can anticipate more. Life is like that. Look for the beauty in each day. With great love from Suzanne and your whole angelic team. Oh, her messages are so beautiful. I've been receiving them now for quite a while. And she's just designing her brand new website to launch these. So as soon as she's ready, I will share that information with you guys, because honestly, for the dollar, you get them twice a week for a year for $2.99 American, and they're absolutely adorable, all of them. Okay, so we'll test them again. Let's just see what happens. Oh, it's zeroed out. Sorry, guys. Just a sec. I'm gonna reset it. There we go. Okay, so right now it's just at 74. It's not moving from 73, 74. So, okay. Blue lace agate is now stuck on 11. Okay. Turquoise is on 8, 9. Okay. Amethyst 5, 6, so it's the same. That one's now on 6. Okay, so we're going to hold them just a little bit more. So this is something that you guys could even play with at home. Now, the best thing, of course, is to have a scale that can do by grams. And I'll talk about exactly what has happened over the years of doing this with students. And if you don't want to wait this long, of course, you can just move your machine, and like when it's tape recorded, then you guys can move it to wherever you want. So if you don't want to wait for this, then just go forward into where I have the answers for you. Okay, so let's check it again. All right, so the scale's still on 0. All right, so we're still at 74 for that one. Okay, turquoise, 8, 9. Lace, agate. Is that 11 still? Okay, citrine, 6, 7. Okay, amethyst. Moving up to 5, 6. We're going to hold them some more. So again, I just have them in my hand. Now, jewelry, so I have over here jewelry, so I still have my hand, so you guys can see that I still have my rocks that I'm just holding, so nothing changes. Now with jewelry, same thing though. With the gemstones, you're wearing the gemstones. Now, there was a course that I took years ago, and it was on Korean hand and face reading or something like that. Anyways, it was an energy course, and it was so many years ago. All I really remember though is we had to bring 3 different rings, actually rings that we could wear, and they wanted one out of just normal metal, like any kind of metal. They wanted copper, they wanted silver, and gold, I think is how it went. Anyways, so maybe we had the 4 rings. And so I found a copper ring, and I found just a metal, just a piece of metal that, like, I mean, you can find round metal things anywhere kind of things. So with it, what we did is they taught us muscle testing, and that's just where we would use the arm as a gauge. And then what he did is he had us put on one of the rings, and then to have our partner test us. And depending which ring we put on would sometimes unlock the arm. So all of a sudden the arm would drop when the person was pushing on it. So different metals affect different people. Majority of rule is gold stimulates, silver sedates, and copper can send different energy too. So depending, some people it's good, some people it's not good. And same with gold and silver, like, again, different things. I had a client once that the mom, she calls and she says, can you help? My son is having issues. He's had 2 car accidents within, I think it was like a week and a half. And so she's talking, and I said, okay, anything different happened in the last couple weeks, like just before the accidents? And she's thinking for a second. She goes, oh, he got a tongue piercing. And my whole body went, oh my goodness. In the tongue is a central meridian, and or people call it Ren. And so with it, if you pierce that with silver, you're going to sedate the energy that the person has. And so what was happening was his energy dropped, and he couldn't focus properly. It was quite amazing. So what I had said to her is, okay, if you want that fixed, have him take out the tongue ring. Not sure if he did, but that was what he would have had to do to balance himself again. Okay, oh, I turn it back on. Okay. Okay, so now the rock is at 73 instead of 74. Amethyst, 4, 5. Blue lace agate, 9, 10. Turquoise, solid 8. Citrine, 5, 6. All right, so what you guys are starting to see is the stones shift, and they either gain weight, stay the same, or lose weight. And so a rock is a rock, and there shouldn't be anything that changes with these. Scientifically, they should stay the same no matter what. Now, what you're noticing is as I was playing, so I was playing with the tiger's eye originally, and it didn't change at all. And then you guys can replay this back and watch again what I had written and what comes up onto the scale. Now, what had happened? One, there wasn't a shift really between the first time. Then I read the love note with the beautiful notes. And then go back and look to see what had happened with those stones. Now, then what did I do? I told you a story of the lady with her son. And then the stones shifted again. Go look again. So if energy isn't real, then how come scientifically these stones are changing and there is nothing I'm doing? You guys were watching. Go rewatch this. You guys were watching. I didn't do anything different other than I'm holding the little camera here. So with it, I'm talking, I'm holding, but you guys can see everything that I'm doing. Energy is fascinating. Now there isn't oodles of things that I can prove energy on, but this is one of them, and it is quite fascinating. Okay, so now I'm going to turn the camera back to me. Okay, give me a second. There we go. All right. Now, what I'm going to do, whoops, sorry. That out of here. There we go. Now, what we're going to do is I want to talk to you guys a bit more about the hidden messages in water. So this is, if you guys can see it, Masaru Emoto. Okay. So his book gets quite fascinating. Now, he has quite a bit of information too. But what he has is he's taken water and he freezes it, and then he takes photographs. Okay, so different pictures, and what happens is he starts talking. Now, what he's proven, sorry, I was just trying to read what it says. Now, this one up here says, let's do it. And that is how the crystal forms with the words, let's do it. Now, the one on the bottom, this says, do it in Japanese. And this one is I'm sorry in Japanese. So this is where he puts sometimes words onto the glass or onto the whatever he has the water in. If you watch the video, he shows more. And meaning his video, go watch, go YouTube him, or go watch What the Bleep Do We Know? And it's amazing information that he has in here. And so different photos, so let's just find some more photos for you. This is Mozart. This is the water when it's listening to Mozart. And this one here is air on the G string, this one. Now, he has other things. He has, let's just go find, oh, some of the stuff is absolutely beautiful. Chapters probably carries this book. I'm sure years ago that's where I got it from. All right, so there is a few, though, that I want to show you. Let's just see if I can find it real quick here. It's where they say, like, I hate you, or using a negative word. And the crystals shift. It's quite amazing what it does. Sorry guys, I'm having problems finding it. Well, I guess it's meant for you guys to go look it up so that you guys can see yourselves. He tells a story though. It was quite a fascinating story. He tells a story of, now this is my version of it. So again, when you read it, it might have different exact words, but this is what I got out of it. So he took a group of students and they did an experiment, and they took 3 different jars and they had cooked some rice. So this is Japanese, right? So these are in Japan. And so they had 3 different jars, and the jars were the same. They put the same amount of cooked rice in each one of them. So from the same batch, they put some in each one. Okay. So the only thing different that they did is they took one jar and they put one into a closet and just left it there. They had one that they put in a room with no light, and they just kind of put that one there. Then they had one that was in the classroom. So what the students were supposed to do every day was, to the one in the classroom, they were supposed to go to it and say, oh, I love you, you're beautiful. Give it as much praise to that rice as possible. So they would talk to the rice and give it as much praise as possible. The one in the room with the no light, they were supposed to say, I hate you, you're terrible, and as negative words to the rice. And then they were supposed to ignore the one in the closet. Nobody was supposed to do anything to the one in the closet. So they did this for, I think it might have been a month. Anyways, again, in his story, he'll tell it in more detail, and of course, his accurate information. So they did this, and so what happened is at the end of the time frame, they brought all 3 jars out and put together. The one in the closet was rotten, absolutely rotten. The one that was in the dark, that was fed negative energy, was going bad, but it wasn't rotten. The one that was in the classroom and given love every day, he says it was still edible. All 3. So again, energy and how words can have the effect of positive, negative on a person. But what they're also saying is being ignored is worse than actually having negative information at you. So again, I think, was it Russia? I remember the story when years ago when there was a whole bunch of babies, I guess with the war or something, and they didn't have enough people to really look after them well. So many of the babies didn't even get hugged. They got fed, they got changed, and that was it, because there was too many of them. And babies, they said, would die if they didn't have touch. So again, there's stories and stories of information, of energy and good, bad, and what you're thinking, how it changes. Again, absolutely fascinating information. Now, the other one that I had brought out was, now sage or any brand, but essential oils. So aromatherapy. Of course, some of you guys have been going to the classes that I do for the personal entertainment, personal information. And you can also get that info online. I have it where you guys can buy it also online if you're not wanting the full Quantum Leap program or anything. Anyways, so the aromatherapy has vibratory rates. So the essential oils have a smell. And so smell is one of our 6 senses. Yes, I'm going to say 6 because your intuitiveness, your extrasensory perception to me is real. It's a 6th sense. It's something that somebody can develop. It's something that you guys can actually get better at. And so with it, taste, there's some things that we like, some things that we don't like. Okay, those are all senses. Touch, hearing, sight. Okay, so you can get very, very good at these energy techniques. Okay, That's all for today, guys. Go play with your rocks. Go have some fun. Love ya.